sit here waiting for a sign. So I'm thinking maybe it's time I put it all on.
Office is complete. I went ahead and let me go from the door so you can kind of see more. So this needs to go back to my neighbor. But then these chairs they can pack. They will obviously disassemble that, take the lamp and things. I'm gonna get ready. Probably I'll just do it tonight, that I'll come and do the video to show the monitors working, the TV monitor working, to have that in my iPad, and I'll just put it under a folder called HHG. I suggest it for anybody where basically you just want to show that your electronics, things like that are working before they pack it. That way there's not an issue. That's just a trash bag. I'm going to take that downstairs. This I'm taking downstairs because it's our bin, because we're going to do a dump run. So everything that we want to take to the dump. Obviously my desk and stuff is back to being clean. This is all of our camera equipment, which I'm going to have Sean just probably go through tonight and just pack it up in the backpack of what we want to take. Again, you guys know my nail supplies. And then what I went ahead and did was everything that's office is here. To our bedroom, that is always the catch-all. I think, so Sean was saying that he wants it to be that this is the last room that they pack, and that we want to try to actually put the stuff that we want to take with us in the vehicles and everything in here tomorrow. So tomorrow, I got to take the kids to daycare. Thankfully, we did get spots for PCS care if you're military and if you're not aware of this. So through the Airman Family Readiness Center, you can get a voucher where you get 20 hours per child in daycare that is paid for by the AFRC for when you're PCSing. So we did go ahead and get that voucher. And then I called to ask if they had space available, and they did for tomorrow, which is perfect because that's day one anyways of the movers. So I'm going to drop the boys off in the morning. Then Sean is going to load up the car to take stuff to the dump, because then we have to take stuff to the dump. And then after that, we can start loading up the vehicle with the things that we want to take to the hotel. It is the morning the movers are going to start coming. I'm about to take a quick shower before I have a bunch of people walking through my house and they don't need to see me naked. We are a mess. We are a mess. Do you see my nails? If this isn't the indication as to how life is going right now, I don't know what is. But that's where we're at. I'm gonna go try to find pants to put on my butt, try to find a bra, and get showered. Okay, it's moving day 2. I love how I did this. It's moving day 2. We actually have movers packing right now, because it's a situation where like we're still gonna be here for another night, but they're like packing us up. We're trying to really make sure we have everything that we need to take on the road in a different room so that they don't pack it. So unfortunately, I am going to take you guys into a bag and into that room, because I really don't want to risk my camera getting packed, because they need to come into our bedroom. So we've made it, as you can see, to the temporary housing on base. We are actually finishing up closing out on our house. And yeah, I have a lot to fill you guys in. I feel like I'm just gonna end up sort of sitting down when I can and hashing out basically how we were everything this time not to do. I feel like for PCO, like we did not understand the assignment, and there are things that went well, things that did not. Sorry that I didn't have the camera for a little bit. When I sit down and I tell you guys some of the stuff that occurred, and while it's still fresh in my brain, I will sit down and probably do that later today. But I just, right now, I need to tidy up a little bit. I'm trying to just tidy our chaos of what we brought here. I like 10 out of 10 do not recommend PCSing, moving, and having your children, your small children,
with you. We didn't really have too much of a choice, but definitely next time we're moving, I'm going to make sure well in advance that there is daycare set up for them, because this is just, I feel a lot better today, but I can say yesterday, day before, like the last 72 hours, I've been way overstimulated, overtouched, tired, that I was at like a breaking point. So after a good, just coming in last night, chilling, a good night's rest, sleep, I'm feeling here. Hello. Here we are the night before we get on the road to Germany. I can't believe this time has come that we are saying goodbye to Italy. It has been very bittersweet. I haven't vlogged a ton. You guys saw my update in terms of between the internet, being busy, but let me fill you guys in real quick that, ow, chest pain. Highlight is number one, my wedding ring is lost. I'm devastated. That's the end of that. Even when it comes to insurance and stuff, and like, you know, even with like getting replacement, it's just not the same, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the ring that he proposed to me at the academy with, and yeah, I'm very upset about it, but I'm hoping we're close enough to our 10-year. So if you guys have been with us that long from our old channel, yes, we're almost to our 10-year wedding anniversary that maybe I'll get a new diamond. I didn't lose the band from, like, you know how like when you get married, you get the second band, like your, you know what I mean, the engagement ring and then your wedding band. So my wedding band is here, so if anything, maybe I get like a 10-year and I combine it with my original wedding ring, and then at least I can still have that sentimental aspect. But it's just devastating because my ring was really unique. It was like a heart. There was a really cute story behind it, but that's for another day. We were in a tornado, like I said. So we got here, there was a tornado. Nobody was hurt, thank goodness, but that was craziness. My window van broke. Sean has since somewhat fixed it. We hope enough to just get there and then be able to get replacement parts to fix it completely. So it's been a doozy of a few days here in temporary housing, but we're trucking along. I had really, really wonderful goodbyes with friends, and I don't want to say goodbyes. It's see you later, because especially here in the Air Force community, it is so small that like we will probably cross paths again. But right now, Sean's packing up the car. I'm getting our suitcase packed, and the way that we're doing it is to just pack what we're going to need for the next couple of days, because we're really hopeful. We've already found a house in Germany that we can just live out of this suitcase until we get into our house. Sean's trying to load up the cars that we can make sure we have enough room in the cars to be able to fit all of our stuff, because we were a hot mess when it came to this PCS. Like, y'all don't be like us. Don't be like us and be last minute with some of your organization. I think what threw me off this time is because we were just going from Oconus to Oconus. It was just like, oh, we've got time. The way that they were packing us going into the hotel at the same time, it was very hard to separate in my mind, like what needed to be packed, what didn't need to be packed. And so we were very last minute, very overweight in our shipment of what we are allotted, and we'll just never do that again, and we will officially be becoming minimalists. You'd think we're moving or something, but here we are. Goodbye, Aviano. We are going to head off to Germany. We are lost somewhere in the mountains of Austria. It was taking us on this path that was literally, you guys, oh my gosh, it's so scary. I'm gonna have to get back on here, but we're lost. So, if you didn't know, those mountains over there, there is literally a road that goes through it.
And that is what our Google Maps tried to do. It tried to have us off-road and literally go straight through the mountains. It was insane. But after now being 2 hours out of our way, and surviving, Orion has gotten car sick. As you can see, we are back on the road. Back at where we started, where now we added 2.5 hours to our thing. So now we're still at over 5 hours to go. My apologies, y'all. I realized I got into bed and I was like, I meant to finally get on my camera. My camera has been buried away in my car for the last couple days. We got to Ramstein, went into our TLF, and we were only in TLF for 48 hours. So 2 nights. And now here we are, the 3rd night of being here in our home. So we are actually in our home. That'll be our home for the next 4 years. A lot to fill you guys in on. So guess what we found today. So I feel like this is a good sign. Found my wedding ring. You hear the kids. That's why I'm going to make this really brief. We're all basically sharing the apartment of our house. So our house has a guest suite. So it has a guest suite apartment that is furnished. So we're actually just going to be staying in it until our stuff gets here. I will, of course, do an empty house tour. I'm excited to take you guys, I think, on different projects for how I put together different parts of the house, and then doing a fully furnished home tour once everything's done. We've come to the conclusion that we still have too much stuff, so we will be downsizing even more, which I'm really excited. My minimal heart is happy. Yeah, so that's what's going on. It's just been back to back to back of things. I feel like if you guys want me to talk about really the like processes of coming here and things, I can. But you know, I just figured this is just vlog style, giving you guys an update, seeing what's happened. I can't wait to whip out the camera tomorrow morning and so just take you guys through being here. As you can hear, the kids are crazy, and they've been crazy, you guys, ever since we left Italy, and Mama is at her wit's end. Like, I think we've all just been like cooped up like this for so long and too long. Orion is being super disrespectful, where you tell him something and then he's just continuing. It's been great, but we're trekking along, we're moving through. I'm not even washing my makeup off tonight. I don't even know where that stuff is. We unpacked everything from our cars, which felt really good to get stuff out of our cars. We did go to IKEA this evening. We also went to a store called Globus, which is a German store. And everybody talks about it. I'm not going to say I wasn't impressed. Like, it was nice to see a store that was basically like a Walmart. But I don't think it's something that I'm going to be going out of my way to go to a bunch. I think that once I figure out the meal plan for this week, because that's what was overwhelming about it. Part of my minimal self is I really want to only buy groceries according to what we're going to be eating that week. We also don't have the fridge space for just buying frivolous things. So I'm actually about to do that and just get on Pinterest and figure out some meals and kind of meal plan for this week. I'm so ready to be cooking and stuff again. And then I'm going to check out the Aldi that is actually right down the street from us. It is walking distance. You guys, the neighborhood, everything, it is so cute here. I cannot wait to show you guys that. But that is our journey here in terms of the PCS. So I know it wasn't like every little detail captured on the camera, but sometimes really like reality, you can't do that. And I think we've all learned, and this is not to be shady, but it's truth. I think we've all started to see, especially from some of the OG families and stuff, that have definitely prioritized putting the camera above relationships, family, things like that, that are now falling apart, leaving YouTube, divorces, things like that. You can't put YouTube above what you need to do in life, especially if you're supposed to be a vlogging channel and you're real. So it's like I said, it's not directed at any person. It's just that's kind of how I've always felt and
how I will continue to be is I will pick up the camera, I will vlog when I can, but definitely this will never come before my kids, my husband, and like us getting stuff done that we need to get done. But I do plan on picking the camera up as much as I can and just letting it roll and edit things in and out. But this fast PCS finding a house was, it was just not in the cards. I feel like we probably broke a world record of shortest amount of time in TLF. Anyways, I'm gonna get some sleep and we'll talk to you guys later. I'm just so happy. Like, this is the cutest home and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I love that it's got updates, so it's like got some modern stuff, but it also just has like some of its old things. So it's got like this, like, the vibe for me is it just looks like such a nice family home. Like, this is like those homes that you're like, oh my God, I want to raise 1 million kids in. Like, I love it. So can't wait to just make it fully ours when our stuff comes.